So real quick tutorial on the spray sanitizer cases and the lotion cases. These are like little sleeves that your spray bottles, your sanitizer bottles, or your lotion bottles can fit in, that you can hang off your bag, your keys, whatever. It comes in a bunch of different sizes. They're pretty snug in here, so they just kind of slide in. So just push them in. They are snug, but what I will say, I've tried this on Marines, some novelty prints. If your vinyl is super, super thin, I'm talking like glitter canvas. This is the back here, and this is the front. If you're using like a glitter canvas, like a super, super thin vinyl, and you find that it's not quite as snug as you would like for it to be, my suggestion would be, we are going to add a layer of felt. So just as they are, you just need 2 pieces of vinyl for front, a piece for front and back. Just like any in the hoop design that we do, for the most part, our first step is going to be stitching right on our stabilizer. So we're going to stitch out our placement step real quick. So we have our placement stitches stitched out. As it stands with most vinyls, you're just going to want to lay your front piece right on top. Back to what I was saying when we started, if you find that your vinyl is super thin on the thin side, like more like a glitter canvas than it is like a regular glitter vinyl or like a marine or a printed vinyl, what you're going to want to do is grab a piece of felt, and you're just going to sandwich that felt in between the vinyl and that will just make it, give you a little more thickness, so it'll be nice and snug for you. I don't need that with this vinyl, but that's just kind of an aside if your vinyl is on the thin side. So we've stitched our placement down. Our next step is to lay our vinyl down face up, make sure all our stitches are covered, and we're going to run this next step, which is going to stitch along the top and the bottom of the case, so it will give that that top stitch look here along the bottom and along the top. My camera's not focusing here very well on that, so we'll let that stitch. All right, so we stitched the lines for the top and the bottom. So now we're on to the last step. We just want to take our hoop off, flip it over, and you're going to want to add your backing vinyl right over the top there. Make sure I'm going the right way with my direction here. And you can secure that in place with tape. I think I'm good. My piece is big enough. I'm not going to worry about that. And in the hoop right now, I have the 1 ounce lotion and the 1 ounce spray cases, because the directions are the exact same for both. Just a little difference in the shape and then some of the sizes. But we'll let this last step run, which will stitch down the front and the back along the sides. All right, so we finished the stitching. We just need to run over to the table and trim these up and add our hardware. All right, so you can go ahead and pop these out of the hoop. And you can grab your scissors. I'm gonna give mine a quick rough trim with the rotary cutter, just so I've got this to cut off with my scissors. All right, so we'll trim these bad boys up. All right, you cut this other one out and we'll add some hardware. Got my 3/16 inch eyelet, or 5mm if you're finding the metric ones. I got some loosey-goosey threads to trim up back here. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and punch my hole and install my eyelet. So this is for our spray. Let me add the eyelet to the other. All right, so we have our eyelets added. Now we just add our lotion. So the one that's straight up and down is our spray bottle one. This is for the 1 ounce spray bottle sizes. And you can see you kind of gotta push it down in there. It's a little bit of a tight squeeze, but that'll keep it from sliding out on you. You add your hardware as you want on that. And then same thing for the lotion. Just kind of open that up a little bit. Squeeze your lotion in there, slide it on down, and that's it. And add whatever hardware you want. There's a keychain, a beaded ring, a gate ring. You've got a bunch of different options here. And I'll have these different sizes up too, but the tutorial will work on any of the sizes because they're all constructed the same way. The only difference is going to be kind of the size and the shape on them. So easy peasy. They're quick 5 minutes stitch out. They make great gifts too. So, and use up, and these are great for if you've got some novelty prints of vinyl that don't handle stitches really well, that tends to perforate on fill areas or satins. It's great for simple designs like these because there's not a whole lot of stitching and they hold up well to that. So another option to use those up. So that was helpful. Bye.